When Kelly Lehfeldt was 6 weeks pregnant, she was told she was carrying 4 embryos. Living at that time in another state, her doctors said that not all the embryos would probably develop, and those that did had a 75% chance of gestating to 30 weeks, the earliest that doctors wanted to deliver the babies. But at 24 and a half weeks, Kelly didn't feel right and went to the hospital. Doctors told her she was having Braxton Hicks contractions. They didn't examine her, but simply sent her home. 2 days later, her water broke for baby Lance. At the hospital, the staff panicked. They had her back and forth between surgery and her room, trying to decide whether to deliver only Lance and try to hold the other babies in the womb. Trying to deliver only one of the babies was too risky, however, and all 4 babies were delivered. The delivery room was crowded, with a doctor, a nurse, and a respiratory therapist for each baby, and doctors for Kelly. Lance weighed 1 pound 9 ounces. Lily weighed 1 pound 6.5 ounces. Keaton weighed 1 pound 7.75 ounces, and Jonah weighed 1 pound 11 ounces. Kelly and Trevor were told the babies had only a 20% chance of surviving and that Lance would most certainly die. All 4 of the babies had life-threatening health problems. All of them needed help breathing as soon as they were born. They were all on ventilators with collapsed lungs. In the first year, the babies had over 30 surgeries. They learned how to use the medical equipment to check oxygen saturation levels and sleep apnea and monitor the baby's well-being. Kelly and Trevor expected a lot from their 3 older children, Christian, 10, Jace, 4, and Tana, 3. They learned to pitch in and help in ways children that age are seldom expected to, says Kelly. Nobody can care for the younger ones like my own kids. Jonah remained on a ventilator longer than the other 3. He came home from the hospital shortly after his first birthday. The hospital wouldn't discharge him without a nurse, but neither their insurance plan nor Medicaid would pay for a nurse. They were finally able to get a 24-hour-a-day nurse for the first 60 hours. Jonah was home. Little Jonah was home for 4 months. The week before he was scheduled to have his ventilator trach removed, he turned his head in the night while sleeping and disconnected it. Kelly found him, worked to revive him, an ambulance was called, and he was put on life support. He had been without oxygen for too long. He was 15 months old. The Lehfeldts were living out of state at the time and knew they needed to move to Sioux Falls to be closer to the medical care that their children would need as they grew up. There was nothing like Children's Care Hospital and School where they lived. Children's Care has been there now for Lance, Lily, and Keaton, helping them to discover new skill. They began making great progress when Children's Care started treating them, says Kelly. They began to thrive. Children's Care provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy services for the children. Lily also receives orthotic and seating and positioning services from Children's Care Rehabilitation Medical Supply. Lance is a miracle child, a mystery to physicians. He wasn't expected to survive, let alone walk or talk, and he's doing all 3 very well. Because of a hemorrhage when he was born and a hole in his heart, he has slight cerebral palsy tendencies. He receives physical therapy at Children's Care. He's getting stronger. He should grow up to be completely independent. He currently attends half-day kindergarten. Keaton has some sight but is legally blind. He is learning Braille and attends half-day kindergarten. He should be able to live completely independently. He attends physical therapy with Lance because it makes it more fun and motivating for his brother. Lily has no sight and uses a wheelchair. She has cerebral palsy. She is learning new skills like picking up small objects through occupational therapy sessions. She also works on getting stronger in the heated pool with physical therapy. Before coming to Children's Care, Trevor and Kelly were told Lily would never walk or even sit up. With the help of a walker and dedicated therapists at Children's Care, She is learning how to bear weight on her legs and will hopefully walk someday. Lily is also learning Braille and attends half-day kindergarten with her brothers. Children's Care gives Lance, Keaton, and Lily independence. They won't tell us what the kids won't be able to do, says Kelly. They believe in our kids and make things happen.
Dream that you did to, oh why can't well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.